Thank you for checking out my YouTube channel. My name's Lauren. I am the Lolo behind Lolodidit, a hand-dyed yarn business in central Kentucky. And I thought I'd come to you and tell you a little bit about what's going on this summer. So every summer for the past, I think 6 years, we have done a summer sweater knit along. Last year we changed it up a bit. So before last year, we have always participated in Olive Knit's 4-day knit along, which is phenomenal. We've always had a good time. And if you are joining that, please continue to join that. If you're using Lolodidit yarn, come join us. That's awesome. I've just expanded it a little bit. So instead of just knitting Marie's patterns, I have opened it up since last year to any sweater that you would like to knit for our summer sweater knit along. And it's always a blast. I have met some of the most amazing customers, most amazing people, prolific sweater knitters through this summer sweater knit along, and always learn something along the way, which always is huge to me. I've been knitting for a long time, but there are still plenty of things for me to learn. And every single year that we have our summer sweater knit along, there's always tons of people who are knitting a sweater for the first time. And our community, the Lolodidit community, is a great place to be for that, because we will firstly cheer you on. There's a lot of really amazing people in the group. Everybody's so kind and uplifting and loving and wants you to succeed in your sweater knitting. But not just for the cheering on, not just for the resources or learning or tutorials, but also to make friends. We have had this group going since early 2019, and since then it's grown. I believe we have over 450 people in it. And then we also have our patron group, which is a little bit smaller group. Well, a lot of bit smaller group, I should say. It's a little bit more intimate. We have weekly Zooms and catch-ups. We have coupon codes and early access. But also we got together this year for the first time ever for our patron gathering, and we met in person in central Kentucky, which was kind of crazy and amazing and so cool meeting everybody in person for the first time. So if you are looking for that kind of group online or in person, I'd suggest jumping in, seeing what it's all about. It's free for anybody who is a Lolodidit.com customer, so you can join our community as long as you've bought something from Lolodidit.com. And our patron group is free for the first month, so it's worth it to check out, see what it's all about. And I think all of the patrons would agree that I give enough coupons that it basically pays for itself, so it's worth being in the group for sure. So let me get down to it. My sweaters that I have been working on. I wanted to show this one. This is one of my favorite ones I've ever knit. This is called the Fireworks, and this is by Olive Knits, and it was, I think, 2 or 3 years ago for her summer, for her 4-day knit along, and I decided to wear it today. It's out of my colorway Words, and I absolutely love it. And this is one of those things with the summer sweater knit along that I actually finished my project, which is kind of cool because I have a lot of whips going on at the same time. Not that I neglect my whips. I really actually do work on everything, but it takes me a long time because I have a million things going on the needles at once. And I know that I'm not alone in that sentiment. So I wanted to show you some projects that I've been working on. So I have this huge pile here of all of my hand knits. So I'm going to start with the one that I just finished. So I don't remember if I've ever showed this on YouTube, but I started this in, I think, December. And I finished this a few weeks ago. But this is the Putney by Tayloress Studios. Her name is Amy Loudon, I think. I will put details on the screen somewhere so that you can see it. But this was an absolute pleasure to knit. So it is a DK weight sweater that's knit from the top down, but it has very interesting construction to start off with. I used my yarn-based Divine Yak out of the colorway Ice Ice Baby. And if you've seen Ice Ice Baby before, you know that it is a really lovely, like, baby blue. But on Divine Yak, it looks a lot different. So this is, let me show you. So I just cast out, like I said, a couple weeks ago, but I actually haven't blocked it yet. What stopped me from working on it a couple of months ago is I thought it was looking a little boxy. And I wasn't super pleased with how it was looking, but I decided to finish it up anyways because the only thing I needed to do was knit the cuffs and the collar. So I was like, that's actually not a lot of knitting. It probably took me like an evening to finish it up. And then I'm going to block it and see how it fits. But I'll show you what it looks like. Let me move some stuff out of my way over here. So I thought I'd show you what it looks like finished. And I did the cute little, I think she calls them bishop sleeves. So they're like kind of puffy, and they're also bracelet length. So they are not a full length sleeve. And I thought it turned out really beautifully, but I am curious on how it will actually fit on me. And so that's where I'm at on this. I think I'm going to block it this week and then show you guys what I've done. But other than the fit, which isn't necessarily the designer's fault, it's me choosing the right pattern because it does meet gauge. It's the size that it says it is, but I think maybe I should have chosen a smaller size. But other than that, I really, really enjoyed every single stitch on this sweater. I really like the details of how it looks. Like this looks like, it's seamed, but it really is seamless. You pick up the sleeves just like you do any raglan if you've ever done raglan before. So I thought it turned out really cute, and I really, really like the yarn that I chose. This is a treat to knit with. I love Divine Yak. It's one of my all-time favorites. I knit a lot of sweaters out of Divine Yak just because I love it so much. And so this was my project. And last year in, I don't know, October or something, I decided that I wanted to challenge myself to knit 4 sweaters in 2023. So 1 sweater a quarter. So what I did was I started, to motivate myself, I started a knit along in our patron group. And so everybody's knitting a sweater a quarter with me, which is also very helpful for motivation. I'm not going to lie. I really like it because everybody's knitting it with me. So a lot of people knit the Putney. I think 4 or 5 people knit the Putney with me, and other people knit other sweaters. And that's what I like about our group is as long as you're using Lolodidit yarn, you can knit whatever you want and still join in and enter it for prizes and all of that. So it's really nice. Really fun. So I will show you what this looks like when it's blocked. I brought my soundtrack. This is another one that I knit during the 4-day knit along that I really like. I wear it all the time. And this is also knit out of Divine Yak on the Naked Divine Yak. So this is what it looks like in the natural color. And the red is Elida. And this one, I wear it all the time. I wear it on the farm all the time doing chores and stuff like that because it's lightweight. But it's really, really warm. So in the wintertime or springtime, I get a lot of use out of that one. And then I finished this one, and I've showed this a couple of times, but this is my Floozy Tube by Truly Myrtle. And I knit it with Hippo for Dia de los Muertos, Beauty School Dropout, and Troll Hair on Lolo's favorite, which is my Merino Cashmere Nylon blend fingering weight. And it is so cute. I love it. But what I realized is I bound off a little too tight. And I probably want to add like 2 inches of length to this. So my next project is to take this out and redo the bind off so that it fits me a little nicer and doesn't look like a weird top thing. I don't know what I did. I bound off way too tight. So anyway, so I'm going to do that. But it looks really cute, and I can't wait to wear it this fall. I was looking forward to wearing it in the spring, but I just realized that I bound off a little too tight. So that's another project. So I've got one sweater finished for the year, and I know it's coming up on June. So maybe, I don't know if I'm just going to, am I going to get my 4 sweaters in or not? I don't know, but I'm going to try. So this is another project that I'm working on that I just want to finish off that bind off, which won't take me that long. I don't know. I shouldn't procrastinate in doing it. Okay, now this is my current sweater that I am knitting, and this is, look at that. Ooh. I love this. I do. I love this so much. This is the Calliope by Tricot. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that correctly. But I am using my red wine colorway on L'Original and Alpaca Fluff held together. Phenomenal. I realized this Christmas that I do not have a red sweater. How is that even possible that I do not have a red sweater, especially when this is one of my number one colorways that I sell? I don't even know. How does that happen? So I thought I would cast on with red wine, and then our patron group decided they all wanted to knit the Calliope, and wear the Calliope to the patron gathering. Clearly did not get that done, for the patron gathering. That was in April. But I got close. I feel good about it. I'm not worried about it. I bound off, and then I started this sleeve. And that's what I've been working on while watching the Stanley Cup playoffs for hockey. So go Vegas Golden Knights if you are, if you're a hockey fan. I have been watching every game. Like, where is Lauren? Lauren is watching hockey. So I'm thinking this is turning out really beautifully. It doesn't look too big. I've tried it on a few times. It's fitting the way that I wanted it to fit. And I love that. So I'm really excited to finish this. Clearly, I won't be wearing it this summer, but I am ready to wear it for next Christmas. So I'm super excited about that. And for the summer sweater knit along, I need to show you, so I know that a lot of people are casting on for the 4-day knit along, and that's great. But if that's not your jam, I mean, it is a summery fingering weight top, and you want something a little faster, like a DK weight sweater. And if it's your first sweater ever, this is also a really, really good option. So Mackenzie, who is Hanks and Needles on Instagram and Ravelry, she designed a sweater. I contacted her a long time ago, probably a year ago now, and asked her if she would like to design a sweater for our summer sweater knit along, and she said yes, and it is fantastic. So she just sent me the photos for it about a week ago. So now I can finally share it with you. So I'm gonna show some pictures here. I'm pulling them up on my phone. So she designed this to be a simple DK weight sweater that is top down and that has a reverse stockinette yoke. It is lovely. It's super classic. It's got garter ridges for the hems. Very classic, very simple, well fitted, very nice, would be flattering on any size, which I love. And these are all the things that I was like, these are things that I'm looking for, because if somebody's knitting their first sweater, I want it to be simple. And if somebody's knitting their 400th sweater, I want it to be like super classic. And so she took that and ran with it, which is awesome. I'm so thankful for her. And she also designed it for any of my DK weight yarn bases. So one of her samples she knit out of Whole Lotta DK. We had some people sample knit it out of USA DK, Divine Yak, and then she also put together some kits that are out of, showed off for samples with fingering weight held double as well. So with a fade, which is really pretty. So we're going to put together kits for all options. And I'll show you this one. This is the fingering weight fade, which is fantastic. So cute. And this shows that reverse stockinette on the shoulders. And so we will have kits that look like this, like a fade to orange. I'm going to have a fade to chartreuse because, we were talking about that in our patron Zoom. Definitely a fade to pink and blue and all that stuff. So I will have fades for all these. I think that our Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy collection would look phenomenal in this sweater. If you've never seen that, I will be releasing that next week sometime. And then also our Dance With Me collection, which released this spring. So if you have any in your stash that's fingering weight, that would go really well for this sweater. And then this is what she knit out of Whole Lotta DK on Betty Davis Eyes and Coal Miner's Daughter. So this is the sweater. Looks awesome. And she did it in a two-tone. So you can do it conservative looking, just like simple, or you can do it really jazzed up with speckles. You can do 2 colors or 3 colors or 1 color. All of those things. Here's another one. So really, really pretty. This is what we're choosing to knit together. Now, not everybody in the group is going to knit that, but I would say probably the majority of people are going to knit Smitten by Mackenzie Alvarez, who is Hanks and Needles, out of my DK weight yarn or fingering weight held double. So I keep an eye out for the kits. The pattern's releasing June 8th, so that's only in like 9-10 days. So keep an eye for the kits. Keep an eye out for the sweater. I would love to see you guys knit it out of Lolodidit yarn and come into the community to join it. So the community is linked below in the video, but it's also lolodidit.mn.co. You can join that through any web browser and get there. And then if you want to go to our patron group, which has a little bit more going on, you can click, once you get into the community, you can click on groups and click on patrons and you can join there. So that will be a lot of fun. But in the meantime, I'm thinking I'm going to cast out another sweater while I'm waiting for our cast on for Smitten. The cast on day is July 1st. So July 8th, the pattern releases. July 1st, we are casting on. So you have a month to get your yarn and needles ready and all caked up and ready to go. You absolutely can cast on before July 1st if you get your yarn and you just can't help yourself. But our official cast on party is July 1st. And that's when the knit along officially begins. But I'm not going to not include your whips. It was released on June 8th, so it's not that big of a deal. But I think I might cast on a sweater in the meantime. So I was going to show you the yarn because I just dyed some last week, and I think I'm going to put it on the shop next week. This is a Hippo colorway that was never released. It's called Hippo for Holidays 2018. And it was a prize for Hippos. If you join my Hippos for Holidays knit along and knit something out of a hippo once a month for the entire year of 2018, then you received a free skein of this colorway. Now, since there were only like 5 people in the entire world who got this, I decided that I was going to dye myself at that time. In 2018, I dyed myself a sweater quantity of this, thinking I will find the perfect project eventually. So I finally figured out what I was going to knit with this. I'm going to knit the Rebel by Truly Myrtle. I'm pulling it up right now. Here we go. So cute. Love it. This is what it looks like. So it's a fingering weight cardigan, And I'm going to do this, gray base with speckles. That's our hippos. If you're not familiar with our hippo collection, it's a gray base every single time with fun colored speckles every single time. And we have different themes going on right now. We have a hippo club going on that is inspired by the gemstones of every month. But this is Hippos for Holidays 2018, and I'm going to re-release this probably next week, and I'm going to cast this on for the Rebel by Truly Myrtle. So these are all my sweater projects, people. That's everything that's going on. And I wanted to share with you and get you excited for the summer sweater knit along so that you join us on our community. I would love to see your faces. I would love to see you in our Zooms and your sweaters. Ask all the questions. Learn something new. Get all the resources. That's what our community is there for, and I would love for you to join us. So I hope to see you there, and I will talk to you as soon as possible. Love you all. Thank you all so much. Bye.